First of all, I do want to thank each and every one of you for joining Binford's Members Only program. Whatever tier you're in, you will receive a lot of the cosmic custom updates that I do that I'll no longer be sharing with my general IG or YouTube public. So the cosmic update is something that you'll get. And a couple of the tiers, I know that the Binford's Buddies and the Binford's VIP will also get the chakra update monthly. Now, I'm going to do the cosmic updates as often or not as I see fit. Sometimes it'll be weekly. Maybe I'll do them twice a week. It all depends on everything going on in the sky right now. This week, we've got a lot going on. So grab a seat, take some notes, whatever you want to do, and join me, okay? Again, thank you so much for joining the program. This is just a little bit of the content that you'll be getting in addition to all of your tier perks. This cosmic update is probably going to be one of the longest because I'm going to talk a lot about the retrogrades, about the new moon coming up, and some shifts and changes within the planets and signs themselves. So we had a big day yesterday, August 11th. Uranus went retro, and that was within the sign Taurus. Jupiter, which is in Sagittarius, also retrograde, had stationed direct. So we have one planet going in, one planet coming out. A little 1 for 1, 2 for 2 action there. Mercury, though, is in Cancer, and that moves into Leo. That just happened yesterday, kind of finalizing Cancer's place in the sky. However, it is still found in the North Node. The North Node, for those of you that do not know, is also known as Rahu in my online zodiac information, and you'll find that on the Astrology 101 page, which you'll get an email for very soon. All of the passwords and private content that you guys, all 3 tiers, will receive. And that again is the Astrology 101 page, Chakra 101 page, and any new pages going forward. Okay, so in addition to all of that, we now have Venus that was in Leo. It's going to move into Virgo very soon on the 21st of this month. Mars, which is in Leo, is going to move into Virgo as well. And that will happen a little sooner on the 18th. Next month, Saturn is going to station direct. That is going to happen on September 17th. This is something we're all going to look forward to because it'll finalize or really signify the end of a couple big projects, big hopes and dreams coming to life in our lives. I know for me, it really signifies my return back to Portland, where I pack up and move on to New Mexico. I'm super excited to end that chapter in my life. A lot of 3, 6, 9, even 5-year chapters ending in your life. Months, weeks, days, even if it could be a smaller, very pivotal, life-changing chapter in your life. Now, Pluto is going to station direct on in October, excuse me. I want to say early October, or rather the end of October, as well as Neptune going direct at the end of November. So that will free up a lot of those retrogrades as well, because we've been dealing with 5 or 6 simultaneously all summer long. With this retrograde starting, though, yesterday, the retrograde Taurus, that's Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus. I'm sorry, I'm going to be a child there for a minute. Anyways, Uranus had stationed retrograde yesterday. In your chart, you want to see where you have your sign, Uranus. If you have a chart for me, it's easy to do. That's your Vedic sign. Now, if you want to know your Western, it's usually the sign ahead of that. So let's just say you have Uranus and Taurus and Vedic. You more than likely have Uranus and Gemini in your Western chart. It just will move up into the next sign placement. Because Vedic astrology is from an Earth's point of view, fixed axis. And when the Earth was hit some odd billion, million, trillion years ago, it tilted backwards, and it's ever so slightly tilting backwards as we speak. Now, that's why Vedic astrology is sort of like a past life, ancestral DNA, karmic cleansing, clearing, reading, interpretation, and Western is more of the present tense. And I also now work with progressive charts, but that's not something we're going to get into. So yesterday was a big day regarding generational changes with this Uranus and Taurus. Generational changes as we all get comfortable with who we are and what we're here to do collectively. Collectively being your generation, and then coming together generation and generation and generation, challenging societal structures, paradigms, and making cosmic changes mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, individually, and together. No longer afraid to be loyal to yourself, loyal to others, and committed to yourself and to the good fight to others that are needing your help mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. If you make these steps towards authenticity, we can really create together. We can really create major global shifts. I say if you can, because if you can, I can, we all can together create these global shifts mentally, physically, emotionally, and these changes that will enhance the health, wealth, and abundance and structure of our world for lifetimes to come. You need to be true to yourself, lead from the heart with compassion and integrity. And as we revisit the idea of status, power, and control, which is something that Taurus is very involved in, integral parts of Taurus, we will find even more purpose, power, and reward, health, wealth, and abundance, not just for ourselves, but for everyone, for to go around, to share. The changes you and I make now can and will forever be everlasting. Okay? So, in addition to all of that, as Cancer moves out, Leo's going to move into the sky. So, not only that, it's going to be all of this moving in and out as it is at the beginning of every month. Leo's going to move out, and Virgo's also going to start to join in. Both Venus and Mars, as I already said, move into Virgo towards the end of the month. This will give us an extra detailed eye or edge when it comes to rounding out all of this summer's retrogrades, the to-dos, the plans, the tasks, the projects, but not without one last punch. Joining the summer school, we have that Uranus retrograde. So Uranus and Taurus stationed retrograde, as I said yesterday, and this is going to pull or push some of us out of our comfort zone. Some of us might be dragging our feet, or some of us might be skipping our way, stepping into who we truly are. Some of us might finally be comfortable with who we are, no longer a doormat for others to walk on, speaking up and out about our truth, what we want to do mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, Jupiter, with its good luck and good fortune, is going to go direct on the 11th, which was yesterday as well. And it is said that when positive planets are retrograde, like Jupiter, it could bring with it misfortune, errors, upset, challenges. Believe whatever you want. Just know that starting today, tomorrow, and the next day, as it goes direct, because there is this wobble effect. Imagine this, a child spinning. Or do it right now if you want. Stand up and spin around any direction you want. Stop. And then try to spin in the other direction. You're going to fall down. So there's a wobble effect that happens. We're not quite out of the clear just yet. So soon, we will feel this expansion going forward again. Instead of feeling like we're stuck in the mud, instead of feeling like we're stuck in the, dark ages, instead of feeling like we're going backwards, instead of feeling like you're not on your path, you're going to feel like you are slingshotted forward in the right direction again. Next month, Saturn will station direct, taking the pressure off the cooker. This is going to take the pressure off of old tasks, goals, hopes, dreams, and more. Not saying that it's all done. The work there is done. It's just less and less that you have to tie up these loose ends from the past mentally, physically, and emotionally, so you can move on to projects that are in the future. Heart, mind, body, and soul. Projections that you want to do now. Not projects, projections, because they're thoughts and ideas that are coming to be, okay? This fall, though, we step out of the void. And this is as Neptune and Pluto go direct, okay? We're going to snap back into reality a bit. For several months and several more, we have definitely been cycling through some very dark nights of the soul. And some of us are maybe even having nightmares. This is even affecting your children. So be mindful of that, of the night terrors, okay? Now, I do want to say a couple more things. The moon right now is in Capricorn. It will be in Aquarius tomorrow, which is where we will have the full moon in Aquarius. I want to talk about that full moon because this is a cosmic update. I'm trying to give you guys everything you'll need to know to prepare for this week, this month, and just so you can make sense of, why are you feeling this way? Why are you feeling that way? And maybe connect it to some sun and the moon and the stars in the sky information, okay? So let's go ahead and read here all about this Aquarius full moon coming your way. Aquarius is an out there and ahead, very progressive sign that's full of innovative ideas. It's going to pave the way for others and prefer independence. So it wants to be a leader, yet can't stand to be alone. So it does draw a crowd. Whether or not it likes that is really up to the moon, up to the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky and the mood that the Aquarius has. Aquarius, they are giving, generous, humanitarian signs, and all about lending a hand, coming up with a plan. We're offering some sort of abundance, because they aren't front linemen per se. They are leaders, but they are offering ideas, support, and monetary gains to help the system of people that are oppressed or whatever going on. They are, however, afraid to express their emotions, which makes them a less tactile, a less hands-on humanitarian. And this is why they are definitely philanthropists. I can't say that word. Excuse my lisp. The sign, though, Aquarius likes to hide behind their intelligence, and they are easily bored by others. So if you want to keep up with this full moon, and maybe the Aquarius is in your life, brains over brawn, thoughtful, intelligent conversation. Aquarius has trouble with reality, though. They're living in a fantasy world, but as we snap back into our reality, I feel like this new moon, or excuse me, this full moon will be illuminating a bit more truth for all of us, the Aquarius in your family or chart as well. So this full moon, you want to look at where you have your moon sign. And you also want to look at where you have any Aquarius. Wherever you have Aquarius in your chart, you will be doing some emotional cleansing and clearing, revealing aha moments, realizations as the moon illuminates deeper truths. Aquarius is related to the 11th house, so this moon will be related to self-projections, as I said earlier in the reading, and your mark or legacy that you leave behind on your family, friends, lovers, society, and the world at large. Centered around collective hopes, ideas, and dreams. That's that generational stuff I'm talking about. All of that energy is going to be either focused on ego or focused on family, friends, community. It's going to reflect your identity and energy outside of humanity as well. Okay. So it's this broader perspective. How can we do more to get more, see more, and be more? Not just this, how can I do more to get more and be more and see more? Okay. And this leads us to thoughts, ideas, realizations, communication, travel, learning, teaching, happiness, freedom, and blessed new beginnings, not just for yourself, but for everyone else. The I achieve affirmation is a big one for this moon. And the I evolve. So with one hand over your heart and one hand over your sternum, you would want to look into the mirror or into a pool of water, something that could reflect back to you these truths. I achieve by living in the now. You damn well will achieve more by doing what you can right here, right now. Because, here's a little funny fact, you can't do shit about the past. The past will repeat itself if you refuse to act on the moment. I achieve what I set my mind to. You will project and do more and be more if you can set your mind to it. Heart, mind, body, and soul. I achieve my goals. That's just what this Saturn in this retrograde was all about. Are you willing to even go back and fix mistakes and errors so that you can achieve your hopes and dreams and your goals? I achieve my dreams. I achieve success. I achieve my purpose. I achieve greatness. I achieve because I believe. Now, I evolve. This one is a little bit different for each and every one of us. I evolve. I evolve naturally. You are going to evolve in your own way, in your own time, radically. I evolve mentally. I evolve spiritually. I evolve and transform. I evolve constantly. Every cell in my body, every time my heart beats, every time my eyes blink, every time I take a conscious breath, I evolve constantly. I evolve without worry. I evolve radically. I evolve to be free. I evolve into me. And that is what I hope this Taurus and Uranus brings for each and every one of you, in conjunction with this Aquarius full moon, that will illuminate, deeper truths, understanding, and just a path, a way to do it mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. This out there, ahead, and progressive way to do it. So this is also going to be related to Saturn, known as the I Achieve planet. And that's going to have you paying attention to your hopes and dreams. Like a nagging father, the energy of this planet is pushing you to do more and be more, reflecting your ambition too. It's going to push you through uncomfortable blocks, holding you back, whether you like it or not. So there is this tug of war going on, and you're going to get flung in the mud, or you're going to willingly walk over, okay? With a focus on challenges to shift your soul into alignment, the energy of this combination here will help you manifest in various ways, from holdups and shakeups to limitations and restrictions. It's urging you to power up and push through. You need to make a game plan and stick to it if you want to grow up or align your soul. You have got to show up, do more, and be more. The power is in your hands to achieve greatness, okay? How bad do you want it? Will you power up and make a plan? Also related to this is Uranus. And as I said, that's in Taurus. So it's time for you to deal with the evolution, the evolution, or rather ego-lution of your soul. Rather far from Earth, this planet is very slow moving. And as I said, it's going to deal with collective generational energy gaps that connect many souls in their collective mission. Stripping us of our egos, though, the energy here develops within us a sense of individuality and exposes our unique gifts. So while it's collective, it's very individual, very unique. All the people my age do their own sort of job, own sort of spiritual awakening and truth giving and sharing and telling. And the people your age and the people in your range will do that same thing too. We can't all do the same thing. We've all got to bring something to this potluck dinner. And as we evolve the ego and reveal the collective soul, we can step into greater power, purpose, and potential. The world needs us to step away from the norm and go against the grain, bringing with it a chance to take a stand and make changes in the world for the better. Really, Uranus, in conjunction with this Aquarius full moon, wants the most authentic version of us to be revealed, to heal humanity at large, giving us freedom to be who we are and act accordingly. The self-expression will be revealed and reflected here. So you're going to start seeing more of who you are and what you are. You're going to fight against the status quo and patriarchy. You're going to share your ideas and power and share how you believe things should be structured in this reality, and find out that your reality is structuring, or rather your thoughts, ideas, and belief are structuring your reality. And you can collectively, together, all of us, stand up in our own ways and fight, the patriarchy here. Not always just the patriarchy. I don't even just mean to say the patriarchy, but the way things have been done, and say that things can be done a new way, okay? So it's definitely going to give us that freedom. We need to be checking ourselves, though, checking our integrity, checking our authenticity, and also get ready to experience freedom by being true to ourselves. We need to stand up, and this will enable others to do the same, stand up for ourselves and stand up for others. But are you willing to step away from tradition and do things a new way? That's the biggest question for my older generations. Are you willing to do things a new way? It's going to be very hard. A lot of you are in denial, okay? So there is so much that I want to do today, but right now I think you will want to digest all of that. And I just want you to realize, with this full moon and Aquarius coming up Thursday the 15th, we'll be doing some more readings live. And today we'll be doing some readings live. It is Monday the 12th. So it's going to be a progressive illumination with this moon, a snapshot of your future, unusual hopes and dreams and views of what is to come, super out there ideas, realizations. And that is as you come out of isolation, as you practice non-attachment, and as you detach from people, places, and things. There is so much room for imagination and inspiration with this full moon. I cannot wait to talk more about it. So join me on the 15th when we do go over the full moon in depth a bit more live, okay? So in addition to the cosmic update, I wanted to pull some cards just for all of you. So I've gone ahead and already shuffled these decks so that I did not have to waste any time and I could keep these messages short and sweet. The first message I want to pull is a postcard from Spirit. These are the Colette Baron Reid decks that I've been working with. Dearest you, over here there is no mystery for us to unravel, as we know intimately how connected we all are. The web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these current energies? That brings events together in miraculous ways. You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes, and spirit weaves your life's mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious technicolor. Loving you so much always. You guys, there is so much to this that we do not know. You have to trust, believe, and receive. Spirit and source energy is constantly working in your favor. Spirit knows you better than you know yourself. The problem is you have removed so much of who you are and what you are that you don't even know who you are and what you are anymore. So you need to ground down and connect with spirit, connect with source energy, connect with Mother Earth and Father Time. And we're going to do that with the Herb Crafters Tarot. I love working with this deck more and more every day. I'm finding that it's just really a gift to anybody that has it. So it's going to give us some simple, practical ways that we can connect with the earth and the land. But really, this life is something that you're here to experience with your heart, mind, body, and soul, and all of your senses. You're not here to dwell on it. You're not here to overthink it. And you're really not here to make sense of it. It's really unexplainable, and for each of us, very, very different. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull from the Herb Crafters Tarot a couple of cards that can help us. Apple, 9 of Earth. The 9 is representing full circle moments, endings, and blessed new beginnings, the end of something happening. And the Earth is representing, basically in this deck, pentacles, health, wealth, and abundance, I want to say. And it's a element-based deck related to the suits. So while we have the swords, pentacles, cups, and wands in the regular tarot, we have earth, wind, fire, and water. Water is representing the cups. Wind is representing the, I want to say, the swords in this deck. I don't want to mix it up. And then we also have the pentacles, which are represented by the earth, and fire, which is represented by the wands or magic. Okay, so the 9 of Earth comes up first, and apple. Well, we will be harvesting apples pretty soon this fall. It's always something fun to do with your family. Apples are easy to incorporate and use in your life, but let's go ahead and see what they suggest here. And I see the 9 of Earth. Savor the fruit of paradise, peace and plenty. Celebrate wealth by giving. The hidden star of hope sustains us. Ripe red apples fill a basket on a wooden countertop. Jars of cinnamon, sugar, and oats line the shelf above. A hand-cranked core is attached to the wooden cabinet. Strings of deep red peels curl over the counter. That's the imagery of this picture here. Slices are strung on garland. Warm applesauce is simmering. Dried apple tidbits are laying about, and hot apple crisp is warm in the oven. Reciprocity is the key to sustainability. Restraint and self-control with your bounty lead to community abundance. Measure your wealth by what you have to give. Apple is an ancient tree that contributes to the well-being of both the land and the people. Living to over 100 years, apple trees supply branches for fencing, material for building. They welcome pollinators, bear hundreds of pounds of fruit each year, and provide cold-preventing medicine with leaves and blossoms that they give abundantly. Though harvested in fall, apples last into the spring when properly stored. When you care for your resources with intention, you can feed more than yourself. Apples cut in half reveal a 5-pointed star. Believe in the magic of the earth. Crafting with the 9 of earth. Give an offering of gratitude to the apple tree as you gather fruit to store for the winter. This could be in any which way. I like to think cinnamon sticks or orange and orange flower essence would be beautiful to share with the flowers, with the apple tree. But whatever you have got to give, even coins, even material abundance, or it could just be your offerings of prayers and thanks. Make extra applesauce to share with friends. It's easy to can, easy to freeze. And then string garlands of dried apple rings as reminders of the hidden stars of hope within you and each and every one of us. Okay. The next card I pulled, which I've pulled several times from this deck, is the 2 of Air, Chicory. The 2 of Air is going to represent unions of thought and ideas and beliefs coming together. We know that the air is related to swords. Release long-held beliefs. Be receptive to guidance. Open to unlikely partnerships. Pluck the petals of a chicory flower. Release old beliefs aloud with the falling of each petal. Observe pollinating insects. Journal the question, how might I open more in my relationships with the earth, with the land, with the people, places, and things in your sphere. Be bold and clear. Dress like a chicory flower. Put blue streaks in your hair or wear bright blue. This plant is found along highways, cracks, and crevices in your drive, especially out in the country where they do a little less, cleansing and clearing of the land, or where they do a lot less, insecticide and spraying, because that is just horrible. But I hope you guys have enjoyed these readings. I'm going to be sending you the chakra scan to the Binford's Buddy and the VIPs, so stay tuned for that. And also we have listed in the podcast series the Witchy Kitchen tips and tricks. I have been tongue-tied all morning. So I hope you enjoy everything that is out there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. I am here to help you and get you anything that you need, mentally, physically, emotionally, that I can provide. Okay, so stay tuned for more. Thanks for tuning in.